We're here with Kevin Roland, Managing Director for Teneo Strategy here in the Middle East. Kevin, geopolitics for investors. What are the big themes you're seeing?
Yeah, I think oftentimes investors, well, the general public as well, get caught up in the headlines, whether it's dealing with ISIS or potential conflict in Asia or Ebola, whatever the issue may be. But I think it's important to look kind of behind those headlines at some of the broader themes. And we're looking at themes related to the global energy revolution, whether that's energy developments, shale gas in the United States, energy independence in the United States, or new hydrocarbon economies around the world. Demography, population growth and population distribution, age profiles of some of the large emerging market countries are of huge importance to the broader geopolitical realm. And again, perhaps the big theme, though, is we are fully moving towards a multipolar world. It's not necessarily a story about the decline of the United States, for example, but there are emerging powers, China obviously, but others that weren't necessarily at the table when the current international system was constructed, and that want a seat at that table, or they're going to create their own table as well. So kind of these big themes are running through a lot of the events that we see scrolling across our screens on a daily basis.
And we hear a lot, in terms of demography, we hear a lot about the burgeoning middle class all over the world. How does that play through, both from an investment and a corporate perspective?
Well, from an investment perspective, obviously you have a situation where you're creating immense new markets of consumers, whether that's in East Africa, whether that's in the Indian subcontinent. Obviously, people focus a lot on the large economies in Asia. So you've got these new markets that are emerging at a rather large, rather fast pace, frankly, and there are scale in these new markets. But from a broader perspective, this also is creating a situation where governments are going to be asked to do more in terms of providing services to their citizenry. And so you're going to have a situation where demographics, where age profiles, where population growth are going to run up against some government's abilities to deliver services for people that frankly will be expecting a lot more.
Mm-hmm. And macroeconomically, where are the areas of concern as you talk to your clients and as you talk to your old friends in the State Department? What are they saying about the world in that regard?
Well, I mean, I think obviously, from the big picture macroeconomic standpoint, people still have concerns about the Eurozone and where things are going to go in terms of economic growth in Europe. There are concerns about the growth situation and the debt situation, obviously, in the United States. But I think more often than not, what they're looking at are where are the new opportunities, more so than the concerns. Where are these new emerging opportunities? Is it in East Africa, where you're looking at a country, for example, like Ethiopia, with 87 million people at median age of around 17? So if you look at these situations, comparing to, say, Germany, 80 million people where the median age is nearly 45, you see the difference in what's going to happen 10, 15, 20 years down the road in terms of these populations' growth and what that means from an economic perspective. So clients and colleagues and others are really looking at what's happening in these emerging economies, and what does this mean from a geopolitical standpoint, but also from a macroeconomic standpoint.
Sounds like a lot of opportunity out there.
Well, there certainly is, and a lot of challenge as well, but we are focusing on the opportunities.
Great. Kevin Roland, thank you so much.
Thank you.